I appreciate this world and everything, but there's a lot of things that I want to fix about it. And I was listening to The Weekend, and he's talking about running up the numbers and making millions, and just trying to touch $1 billion, and that's all for himself. But I was thinking to myself, like, I want to be able to get everybody up on that pedestal. But when you think about it, I don't think that's how it works, unfortunately. I think that you have to focus on yourself. Like, you have no other choice but to focus on yourself and to get yourself to that pedestal instead of getting everybody else at that pedestal. Because I'm even doing it now where I'm trying to help my friend get up on that pedestal, and it's just not working. Like, for example, May just got mad at me. She's mad that I wasn't able around to talk to her about what was going on in her house. She got into a fight with Matt, and I was sitting there. I was just like, I understand, but sometimes I just don't have the time. So the problem was, I didn't have time to talk to her, and I tried my best. It was a really busy time for me. I really don't get that busy, but I started getting busy, and she got mad at me for it. And I was just like, I can't be there all the time. Like, you know how you get mad at yourself for doing something, and you don't really think about it too much. Like, it doesn't really put a damper on your day. Everybody gets mad at something one time or another. Not everything is perfect, but when you get mad with another person, you guys can separate. But when you get mad at yourself, you're never going to separate. You're always going to be there. It's just a temporary thing. And trying to keep it cordial with everyone and trying to please everyone is very hard. The one person that you can please, that will always accept your will always accept you, is yourself. It doesn't matter if you go to jail. It doesn't matter if you're shoplifting. It doesn't matter if you're in Thailand. You're not going to get as mad as yourself as you're going to get with somebody else. And a lot of the times that when you get mad at somebody else, it can become something bigger very quickly. You know what I mean? Like, either you didn't figure out the situation fast enough for them, something like that. And it's very hard to please everyone. So I'm sitting here, I'm thinking to myself, like, yeah, I want to be able to help everybody out, get everybody to that level of, like, okay, everybody's making $1 million around me. But people have to take their own path. Like, there's a lot of people that just want to be put on top. They just want to be put on top. They don't want to do the work. They feel like what they're doing is enough. And I've seen firsthand how hard it is to get to the top. Like, I'm working to get to the top right now, and the stuff that I've seen so far has been crazy. Like, I had to take away all distractions. That's what they were. They were distractions: jobs, family, disease. All of those things were distractions, and I wasn't paying attention to what needed to be paid attention to. And I've seen how life literally clears the path for it. It's like, look, listen, I want you to do this and only this. This is what I want you to do, and I want you to focus on it, because eventually you'll make it. Eventually somebody will want to hear your story. You're making stories here, left and right. You're writing on your phone nonstop, and you see it as a disease, but I see it as a talent. You have a talent now, and you can't ignore it. And don't think that this talent is some type of bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people would think, like, well, he's just schizophrenic. He just talks to himself a lot. But it's not that. It's much more than that. And you can see the value in it, and nobody else can see the value yet. But hopefully somebody will be like, I'm gonna play one of this kid's videos. He makes like hour-long videos, and sometimes they're 3 minutes, but he sticks to these long formatted videos. Let me just take a listen to him one time, and hopefully that one time I was doing well enough where I'm articulate enough to explain what I'm going through, and just to explain one of my problems. And this fight just happened yesterday. It's July 8th. So this fight just happened yesterday. And I want people to be like, wow, he really does care. You know what I mean? Like, I might not say much, but I do care at the end of the day. Like, I want to know what's going on. I want to figure out everything that's going on, because I've had a ton of friends, a ton of friends. And, you know, having a ton of friends doesn't mean much. It means a lot. At the end of the day, I can call upon most of my friends and just to say hi, just a quick hi, just be like, hey, how you doing? What's up? Okay, cool, cool. I just wanted to check up on you. And that's about it. I have a bunch of those type of friends. Then I even have friends that are now like, they don't even want to talk to me because of my disease and because of what we've gone through. Like, for example, Yesenia and Krystal, I was young and I felt like I had to ask one of them out. And I was just like, okay, I think I like Krystal. Like, it was like a thought process. Like, it was just hormones. Like, if I was to explain it, if I was to explain this to them, I would be like, oh, listen, guys, that was literally just hormones. Like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that I liked you and I just wanted to see you. But I asked both of them out and they both got mad at me. And then we weren't friends afterwards. And I talk about that too. I touch upon that topic about how I don't get how we change so much when we tell each other that we think that we're attractive. You know what I mean? So I got the go ahead from both of them. They were like, Krystal was like, I would have said yes, but then you asked out Yesenia. Then you asked out my best friend, and Yesenia was like, I would have said yes, but you asked out Krystal. So I got my props from it. You know what I mean? It's like, good job, even. They both like you, but they both said no because of some external reason that you can't change. I was too young for it anyway. I've been trying to focus on my life for so long. But yeah, I want to. I want to bring everybody up to that level, but I know the type of work that it requires, and a lot of these people don't want to do it. They don't want to do it. They're going to say that you're crazy. They're not going to believe in you. They're going to be like, why don't you focus on something else? Like for example, like Brandon, for example, he's like, work, dude, work. And I'm trying to explain to him, I'm like, look, listen, I have schizophrenia and I know what work requires you to do, and I can't do that, unfortunately. But a lot of people are saying work, and my dad is also saying work. But my sister Belinda, my biggest op, says not to work. And I'm listening to her because she's the smartest person. You listen to the smartest people. You take everybody's advice and you try to work with it. You'll pick the advice that you want. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you'll pick what you want. So right now, I've picked that. I don't want to work. I can't work. I can't even drive. So why work? But this video lasted longer than I wanted it to. Unfortunately, this happens all the time. I just start talking and talking. Man, hopefully one of these videos hits you guys and you can see what I'm talking about and understand from a point of view of like, wow, this is a real person and I want to listen to what he has to say, and hopefully it's not all fluff. Like, hopefully it's not fluff for you guys. That's what I'm getting at. Like, it's not just dancing. It's a real conversation, like conversations that people don't have. And all we do is turn them to therapists and we're like, talk to them. And it's just like, I can't talk to that person. They don't understand me. They don't ask the right questions. They don't try to get to the nitty gritty. All they're doing is they're trying to diagnose you. That's all a therapist is there for, just to see if you're doing all right. It's bullshit, but yeah, yeah, yeah. Peace, peace.